3003, 3004, 3005, 3006. Okay. That's how long it takes for the light to come up when I do a video on when I start a video on my laptop. So please bear with me. I'm not home. I have my laptop, and I don't know how to edit. And if I lose my train of thought, you and I are going to be looking at each other for a little while. But how are you? I am Melanie, your Tuesday vlogger. I'm Back2BasicsWLS. Also, Exit Melanie on YouTube. And yes, I know I haven't done a video in a while, but I feel one kind of brewing. It's coming. Anyway, this week's topic, what advice would you give to somebody who was going to have weight loss surgery or who wanted to have weight loss surgery? Now, I think I have the lap band. If you're unfamiliar, I have the lap band, 10-26-10. And Ed, Reinventing Ed on YouTube, who I date, has the gastric bypass / RNY. And I think, whether it's the DS or the VSG, RNY, lap band, I think we share a lot of, I say common issues, a lot of commonalities. Sure, there's some differences along the way. And, so congested. Certainly differences along the way. But I think, I go back to what did I want to know? And it seems like, it's not even that 2 years ago, when I was going through this process and finding YouTube and knowing that YouTube even existed, that people did vlogs and you could even subscribe to somebody. I started the process in September and got approved quickly, had my surgery in October. It just seems to have grown, like the information, the amount of people, the community, Facebook, it's just grown, and you can get so much information now. So I think that's one of the first things that I would tell somebody is I think you need to get on YouTube, you need to get on Facebook, because I don't think you can get that support. I don't think you can learn that information. You could never get this much downtime with your doctor to find out all of the information that you will learn from watching other people's journeys, whether good, bad, indifferent. Our pitfalls, our falling off the wagon. If you want to watch a girl fall off the wagon, tune in to me. I think there's someone's journey for everyone, and you hear things that you need to hear at the right time. It just kind of works out that way. And so I do think that's an important component. Second thing is, are you sure you want to do this? And why I say that is because I think, I won't say it's a never go back, but for the most part, it's you've permanently altered your life. You permanently altered the way your body metabolizes things, the way it processes things. Yeah, and there's big changes that you have to be ready for. Now, I did not have the 2-week pre-op liquid diet rule. I didn't have to do that. And I have to tell you, I've seen so many people have such a difficult time with that, and you feel like you're a failure because you can't stick to the 2-week liquids prior to surgery. But and I feel bad, and I'm thankful, I guess, that I didn't have to do that, because I probably would have failed, and I think that's for all of us. You can say how bad do you want it, but the truth is, if we could stick to something like that, I don't know. I could talk about that for days. But anyway, I guess that's a sign of initial commitment. So, but I did not have to, I didn't have to do that. Now, I know when I woke up from surgery, of course, your world is totally different. And you start doing things in your head like, what if I don't lose weight? What if I can't do it? I'm not losing as fast as I want to. I mean, I had Sky Moon, Melanie, Sky Moon 1982 on YouTube, who was the first person, really, one of the first people I caught on YouTube and watched her whole journey in one day. And she's phenomenal. If you don't know who she is, I'm sure you do. Lost like 120 pounds in 7 months. Zing, zing, zing. She's like 5 pounds a week. Bang, 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 bang. And I made her name into a verb for me, because I'm like, I'm going to have this surgery and I'm going to Sky Moon the shit out of it. I'm going to be 5 pounds a week, 5 pounds a week. And my journey didn't go that way. And I think that's one of the, when you come in with this preconceived notion that you're going to lose X amount of weight in X amount of time, you can set yourself up. It's good to have goals, but you can set yourself up for disappointment, because we can't really control how the scale moves. We can control what we put in our mouths and how much we move our asses, but you can't really control how quickly the scale is going to accommodate you. So I think one of the things I learned quickly, one of the things I would tell somebody initially is that your pace, your race, my pace, my race, you got to get that into your head in the beginning. And good God, I keep that in my head. It is so hard to not compare yourself to others, okay? However, everybody is a little bit different. That's why I say there's somebody's journey for everybody. And that whole concept, too, of like, I'm going to do my weekly updates and I'm going to talk about topics X, Y, Z, and H. And you might not like all those topics X, Y, Z, and H, and you might not agree with them. They might not work for you. They might not fit into your life, your journey, or etc. You have to be willing and free enough to take X and Y and throw Z and H away. Remember, I'm not going to be offended. None of us should be offended. But, you know, you come out here and there's different people focus on different things. Some people focus on lower carbs. Some people focus on more whole foods. Some people focus on, primarily protein. Some people focus on a more vegetarian style. Some people focus on calories in, calories out. Some people focus on don't count calories, keep your net carbs. So there's all these different things that go on, and it can get overwhelming and confusing, and I think it's a trial and error thing. You have to figure out what works for me. Some people lose weight only on about 700 or 800 calories a week. Some people don't lose at that rate. Some people need 14 to 1600 in order. Gretchen, who doesn't make videos anymore, but I was in Vegas with her a year ago, and lost 4 pounds a week. Clock. Never ate less than 1600 calories. So there's different, it takes a while. You have to really figure out what your individual style, what your individual way of working this is. You have to know that your whole way of pooping is going to change, okay? I don't care what kind of surgery. Just be a little prepared for it, because I wasn't ready for it, and I was not happy about it, and I did not like it, and God knows I have gone through every supplement, every kind of fiber, every kind of whatever. Remember when I found psyllium husk? I was almost like high in that video of I'm not done talking about poo. I go back to that video, so it cracks me up. I was like high like a crazy woman because I found psyllium husk that had regulated my poo and revolutionized my life. That's what I say. But then I had an issue and I could no longer take that. And I found, Metamucil, many things that have psyllium in them caused me a lot of stomach pain, which is, God, it was a sad day in Melanieville. It really was. And so, I think what I found for myself anyway is I understand that we need protein. And I understand that protein's important. But for me, Melanie, again, see, if you don't agree with this, you just throw it away. I'm not offended. What I was finding is I had to switch over to more whole foods and more fruits and vegetables, still trying to keep my carbs low, except for those goddamn peanut M&Ms, cupcakes. We won't talk about that. I have a sugar monster inside of me like a mofo. And, but anyway, trying to focus on whole foods and real fiber, like not a fiber supplement, not a fiber gummy. I'm not judging. I'm just saying they don't work for me. Like dried apricots, but not the ones that sugar are added to. Dates, things, that are considered kind of higher sugar, per se, natural sugar, but in moderation to keep the poo-poo choo-choo train going. But anyway, so it's figuring out, because I remember asking early on when I was trying to figure out fiber, I got so many different answers and so many different people. Even the psyllium husk that I was chugging down because it gets so thick. Some people put it in shakes. Some people put it in food. Some people take their vitamins differently than other people, and there's so much information. You have to kind of you try it out. Does it work for me? Does it work for me? No, and you move on. You're not offending anybody. Nobody's not offended. Nobody is better than you. You're not better than anybody. Okay? We're all just different. We're all just unique in this little thing called a journey. And as I say, it's my journey and I'm sticking to it. Can we learn, engage, and get information from other people? Yes. But you, again, please, it's the biggest thing I can say is try to do what works for you. Hold on. I'm trying to see what I wrote down. I think the other thing is that the thing that I call the theory of deprivation, where if you go through this and you say, I'm totally not allowed to have sugar, I'm totally not allowed to have whatever, okay? That it gives it power on you, which, You know, any of us who's ever been on a diet in life, pre-weight loss surgery, you know, when you deprive yourself of something, it makes it stronger. You know, it's why women like the bad boys. It's why the bad, you know, guys like the bad girls. You know what you know, that whole, please don't, moving on. You need to know that it's mental work, as well, and getting to goal does not make you wake up to a perfect life. That you have to do work along the way, and you have to, you know, I talked about this a couple weeks ago. You get so conditioned to thinking that every problem we have in life is because we're overweight, that we think and make the assumption that if the weight is off, everything is perfect. And that's not true. Oh God, Candace. I think Candace from the South. God, what was her name? She hasn't made videos in a while. But my favorite phrase from her was to embrace the suck. You have to embrace the suck, because sometimes you don't want to exercise. Been there, done that. You don't want to eat right. You don't want anything. Sometimes you just got to embrace the suck. But you got to do it. I think you got to be positive. You got to find something to be grateful for. And you have to focus on, in my opinion, you can't be hard on yourselves. Life is too short. You know, you pick yourself up, you start back. I had this battle with myself yesterday. I'd done really well. Whole food. Oh, I can't talk. And then before I knew it, I had like 4 Oreos in my hands. And I'm like, God damn, what? And I'm like, nope. It's done. It's over. You know, next thing that goes in my mouth is good. And that's work for me. That's a struggle for me, because I still have that I'll start over on Monday. I'll start over tomorrow, but you know, I love to start over on Monday. But anyway, so daydream, visualize, figure out a realistic goal for yourself. You know, maybe Kim Fantastic and I talked about this in Vegas, and you know, do you want to be a size what? You know, maybe goal might be a size 8. It might not be getting as little. You know, you have to figure these things out for yourself. And that's probably the biggest advice I could give you, right? Whether you're going to tell people, whether you're not. If you tell people, you know, I told you I've told people at work and had to deal with crap when last year before I lost my job. But I don't tell everybody. I know some people do, some people don't. Some people view it as a medical thing. That's a decision on your own. The other thing I have written down here, hair loss. You know, that hair, there's so much, like, it's not your fault if you lose hair. Again, my opinion, but you know, the rumor out there is if you don't eat enough protein, then that's why your hair thins, and that's why you know, you have issues with your hair. Now, my surgeon had told me early on that that's not true. Some people are just going to have thinning hair by virtue of quicker weight loss, by virtue, you know, it could happen if your body's in shock, you're not eating enough protein. Listen, you know, I'm not bragging that I never stuck to many of the rules, as evidenced by my very slow weight loss and a huge stall. However, I didn't lose any hair and it didn't get thinner. So does that mean I did something right? No. I'm just lucky in that sense. I did always take the biotin. I did always use Wen on my hair. I actually credit the Wen, W-E-N, hair products. Anyway, I could go on and on forever. And I hope you have a great week. And I guess if I could sum it up in one sentence is, your pace, your race, my pace, my race. Pick and choose, experiment, and don't beat yourself up. Okay, see you guys.